Hello guys and welcome to my new video. This is an emergency broadcast. Green-Blue Ward Control is on the rise, winning set championships and leaving opponents frustrated behind. If you can't beat them, you have to join forces. Before we dive into today's deck profile video, don't forget to subscribe. We are close to 1,000 subscribers, so do it now. And now, have fun, let's go.
So after last week's video, Yellow-Blue Control, I had to build Green-Blue myself, test it and see if it's really the superior control deck. And guys, I gotta tell you, after like 60 or 70 games in with this list you see on the screen right now, I'm on a 70% win rate against most of the meta decks. The only deck giving me nightmares with Green-Blue, with this Green-Blue list, is Dog's deck, or in general decks like more lower to the ground. But I can handle them. But Dog decks, going wide so fast and doing dog stuff, it's insane. It's insane. It's so hard to handle with this list, but I included some spicy stuff in this list to even break the mirror. Let's go through the card choices real quick and talk about the cards, why I put it in my list. It's pretty standard, to be honest. It's pretty standard. You will find multiple lists like similar to this one, but I tried to, since the rise of Green-Blue decks, I tried to put in some cards breaking the mirror, helping you with the mirror. If you want to copy the list, you will find it in the video description below. And now let's start with the cards. One drop, of course, we have the small Clarabelle. And usually it's only the shift target for the large Clarabelle. But what she also does is, if you pay 2 additional ink, you can destroy an item. And this could help against Chromicon decks or like Snowford decks, which is incredible strong. And yeah, some people forget about Clarabelle's ability. And of course, for some digging and filtering, we have Develop Your Brain. In turn 1, if you missed your ramp, you can look at the top 2 cards and take 1 into your hand. That's basically for the 1-drop slot. In a 2-drop slot, we have, of course, Tipo, and we have Sail the Azure at Sea as a primary turn 2 ramp tools. Actually, again, I usually prefer Sail more because I can draw an additional card, ink an inkable card. But in some games, I want the body on board. I want Clarabelle, I want Tipo, and I want Cinderella in the next turn. So I have more bodies on board, so I can either quest or establish already some singers for Under the Sea. And to close up the 2-drop slot, I have Visions of the Future. You look at the top 5 cards, filter through the cards from top of the deck, take 1 into your hand to pick the card you really need. So you can filter, dig through your deck, get the answers you're looking for, which is really strong and sometimes really needed against some matchups. So this is for the 1 and 2-drop slot. Going to the 3-drop slot, we have 4 copies of the small Prince Philip. He has Ward, is inkable, 3 strength, 2 willpower, quest for 2. And he usually sits there waiting for the big Prince Philip to shift onto him. But also he quests for 2 lore. He's a good body with 3 strength. He trades into a couple characters. So he's just sitting there waiting for his turn. And he's also a Singer 3. So you can use him for additional Singer 3 for like this card maybe. Malicious, Mean and Scary. 3-cost inkable song, and you put 1 damage counter on each opposing character. So you can get past Ward, you can get past Resist, and that's what this card makes it so strong, because you can sing it with the small Prince Philip, then you can shift or play the big Prince Philip and just wipe the entire opposing board. And also, I found in some matchups against aggro decks, I didn't have a chance to find the big Prince Philip. But I had 2 Malicious, Mean and Scary in hand. So I hardcasted 1, I sang 1, and I wiped the entire board with just the 2 damage dealt by this card. And yeah, this is just great. And finishing off the 3-drop slot. And this card is tricky. This card is tricky, very tricky. Ink Gazier. It's a 3-cost uninkable action, and basically you reset both of your inkwells. So your opponent and you just pick 3 cards randomly. Those stay in the inkwell, and the rest you can take back to your hand. So usually you play this card only if you're ahead on board, or like, I don't know, inkwell wise, how do you say it? Like, but never play it on a board where your opponent is ahead. and you're like on the losing side. What you basically do is like you reset the inkwell, and you gotta know what you have in your inkwell. If you inked a lot of sales typos early on, or maybe a Cinderella as well, you can then ramp fast after you played the ink gazier, get the advantage back, the ink advantage, and play your bigger cards earlier than your opponent does. And what I found is ink gazier, the timing is very important. You don't play it against every deck. It doesn't make sense to play it against dogs, for example. You play it against other control decks, like I said, if you are ahead. And pro tip here, play it before you ink for turn, because then you can use the one ink maybe for a small Clarabelle or develop your brain. And the next turn you could double sail, you could sail into Cindy, you could double typo and ramp up to 6, 7 or 8 ink the following turn already. And yeah, like be very fast and play the bigger bodies again before your opponent does, and just win. But like I said, test the card, get a feeling for it. It's tricky sometimes, the timing is important, and don't play it when your opponent is ahead, because then it would be a huge setback. Let's get those cards out of the way. 4-drop slot. Of course, we have our Cinderella. It's our turn 3 ramp, an uninkable character, 2 strength, 3 willpower, quest 1, and when you play the princess in this turn, you can ink, at the end of the turn, you can ink another card from your hand. It can be an uninkable card as well. And you draw a card, which is really strong. So you can go up to 6 ink in turn 4 already and play your big bodies down. Also, in the 4-drop slot, I added 3 copies of Merryweather, the Warded Fairy, 4 strength, 5 willpower, quest 1, and she's also just sitting there waiting for her turn. Either you can challenge him into pretty much every other character because she has a huge body, or she's a Singer 4, a Warded Singer 4 for Under the Sea. Waiting, she can sing. So Merryweather really shines in this deck. She's like threatening, okay, your opponent considers not questing because he knows, okay, you can take it out with a Merryweather. And yeah, that's why Merryweather is in this build. We have so many warded cards in this build. I think it's 10 or 11 in total, and this makes this deck really good against other control decks. So they can target your Merryweather. She sits there and waits for her big turn. So another card for the 4-drop slot, we have You're Welcome, Forecast Inkable Song. You can either choose a character, item, or location from you or your opponent, and the player who has it in-game can draw 2 cards. Usually you use it with the Shift Clarabelle, sing You're Welcome on one of the characters on the opposing side, so you get more Clarabelle welcome. But sometimes you need cards in hand, so you use it on your own characters to draw 2 cards, find some answers, to deal with what your opponent is throwing at you. And yeah, it's basically removal with some card draw for the player who had the card in play. But I really like You're Welcome. And yeah, also it will rotate out after the next rotation. And I will really miss this card because I really like it in green-blue. Let's get the forecast cards out of the way and start with the big bodies and big cards. We have John Silver, the legendary, from set 1 and set 9. He's a 5/5 bodied quest for 2, and when you play in and whenever he quests, one of your opposing characters can't quest the next turn and has to attack. He gets reckless, so also preventing a 2-low or 3-low quest on the other side from questing can be really strong. And now comes the spice. Heads Held High. 1 copy of it, just a one-off, just for the mirror or for decks playing big bodies. 6 cost inkable action song. You can remove up to 3 damage from as many characters as you want. So if your opponent plays Yagos, Giant Cobras, you can target it, they get removed, but you can also heal up all your characters. And then what makes this card really, really good, all opposing characters get -3 strength this turn. So if you facing a lot of warded cards, a lot of big bodies, and you want to play Under the Sea, This card helps you getting all of the cards under the opposing deck. And it breaks the mirror, because if your opponent plays like cards like Milo Thatch, Merryweather, or John Silver, for example, you can't get the strength down only with heads held high. And this is where the card really helped me. In some mirror games, I was stuck against the wall. Then I found the Under the Sea. Then I found the heads held high. And I put his entire deck under his deck, his entire board under his deck. And I just won the game on the spot, which is really huge. So this is it for the 6-drop slot. And guys, like I said, heads held high is there for the mirror or for other control matchups with bigger bodies. And that's where I really liked it and where it really shined. 7-cost slot, of course, our beloved cow, Clarabella, draw engine number 1. I think there is no more words needed. She draws cards at the end of your turn, so you have the same amount of cards in hand than your opponent. But we have new in the mix, the new Milo Thatch. He's a 7-cost inkable character, 5 strength, 5 willpower. He quests for 3. He has ward as well. So like I said, we have a lot of warded characters. So your opponent can target it with spells or actions or even characters to remove it. And when you play this character, you can discard a card to send one opposing character back to its player's hand. And at the end of your turn, if 2 cards were put into your discard, which can be really easy or tricky sometimes, you can draw a card. So this also draws you a card at the end of the turn. You can refresh your hand cards. If you played 2 actions, for example, in a turn, and he quests for 3. And this is amazing. It's just so good. He's warded, he can be targeted, he quests for 3, and he just threatens game in 1 or 2 turns. And Milo Thatch is such a good card in this green-blue card, because you can play it early on with all the ramp options we have, and your opponent can't do nothing against it. And also some spice I put in and tested. The Basil, 7-cost inkable character. I played 2 copies of it because you can send a character back to its player's hand. 5 strength, 4 willpower, also a good body. He quests for 2 as well. And whenever he quests, your opponent has to discard a card at random. So you send a card back the turn when you play him, and the next turn, usually your opponent wants to vomit out his hand because you have a Clarabelle on board maybe, and he doesn't want to give you more Clarabelle value, and then you just quest with Basil. He has to discard his last card and is basically empty-handed and top-decking from this point on. And that's why I included Basil in this control list, because I really like him. To get rid of a Tula Quester or whatever, a card just threatening you, just send it back to player's hand. So we are almost at the end of our deck list. I included 3 copies of Under the Sea. Some will say, why are you playing 3? 4 is the way to go. I tested 2, I tested 3, I tested 4. And I found, if you don't face a lot of dog decks in your local meta, 4 copies is a little bit too much. So I tried 3, and 3 is for me the sweet spot. You can send all characters under the deck with 2 strength or less. Head held high helps you with that. And you can, if you manage to establish Clarabelle, Tipo, Cinderella on board, Shift Clarabelle, you can sing it in turn 4, which helps you against most aggro decks or faster decks. And this is really strong. So 3 copies, for me personally, is the sweet spot with Under the Sea. But of course you can play 4 if you like to. But I like I said, it's my personal sweet spot. I don't like pricky hands. And we run only 9 uninkable cards, or 8 or 9 uninkable cards in this build, which is really, really low. But still, Under the Sea can get clunky sometimes if you don't have the singers on board and you just want to get rid of it. So 3 copies for me personally is the sweet spot. And to finish off the list, I talked about this card earlier. It's the Big Prince Philip, 9-cost inkable card, 6 strength, 6 willpower, quests for 3. You can shift it with 6 ink on the small Prince Philip. He has evasive, and when you play it, you can remove all opposing damaged characters from the board. So we have some options to wipe an opposing board. We have the Prince Philip combo, we have Under the Sea, we have cards like Basil, You're Welcome, and Milo Thatch to send them back to hand. So pretty good, actually pretty nice control list, pretty strong control list. And most recently, this deck is on a rise. So if you want to give it a try, this is the last time you can do it, because we will lose so many cards from this list with the next rotation. If you want to copy it, you will find the link in the video description below. If you're new to the channel, I'm always happy about new viewers. Like I said in the intro, we are close to 1,000 subscribers. So guys, click on subscribe. Now is the time. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Flokki.